Up, Lincoln Nation? You're your boy Kareem. How you guys doing? Wow. The live was good last night. We had a good live. You guys, I'm going to see if the StreamYard will be up later. I'm gonna check and see if the StreamYard be back up and running. Also, there's really no news. They reports that Rich Paul said that AD gonna be playing a 5, Bron could be playing a 4. That's no news to us. We all pretty much knew that. But I'm gonna get into what I want to get into, right? I want to talk about the mob, the mafia, and my time in prison. And what sparked this conversation is Andrew Russo. Andrew Russo is the boss of the Colombo family. Him and 13 other guys, his underboss and different bunch of captains and soldiers, they all was arrested in New York City 2 days ago. And I know Andrew Russo. We's locked up together. He's a good dude. He's 87 years old right now. But when he was with me, when we was in prison together, he was like, I think like 65, 66. This over 20 years ago, right? And I'm gonna give y'all a quick story on him. Andrew Russo, I never seen him eat far as the food they serve inside the jail. The Italian guys get together, they make their own food and things like that, right? But he was coming from a microwave. And the Spanish guy, I'm not gonna say his name, but he came and bumped them. He jumped the whole line, jumped the line, because there's a line for people to go eat. He jumped the line and bumped them and knocked his food over. So Andrew was like, yo, what you doing? You gotta watch where you going. He was mad. Andrew was mad. So you have to watch where you going. Now, mind you, I was in my 20s. The Spanish guy, he's like in his 30s. Andrew, like I said, like 65, 66. And he was like, yo, you Italian guys, you mob guys ain't strong in here. We strong in here. You ain't strong in here. You guys strong in the streets. Y'all in here, all y'all is in here is a bunch of snitches. And Andrew took his hand back and slapped them so hard. And Andrew got some big hands. And he dazed this kid. Dazed him. Broke up, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But Andrew was a good dude. Like I said, we ain't talk much as I talked to some of the other guys, but he was cool, respectful guy. His son was also locked up. His son was probably like in his 40s. His son died a few years back. His son's name was Jojo Russo. His nephew was Chucky Russo. They all was locked up. And Carmine Persico, the boss of the Colombo family, is Andrew's cousin. But I learned a lot of things from the mob. A lot of things I learned from the mob. I was cellmates with one mob guy for like 2 months, and he schooled me on a lot of things. He's like in his late 40s at the time, and he schooled me on a lot of things, you know. And one thing about it, where black people, we must get our shit together, because these gangs and stuff is not respected like the mob respected. And what he was telling me, he was like, everything with the mafia is rules. They survive over 100-something years from rules. They have a set of rules you have to go by. If you break the rules, you got to pay the pipe. And he also said a lot of times in the movies, he said, don't believe a lot of the stuff that's in the movies is exaggerated, like far as the extortion thing. Now I'm gonna give y'all an insight of extortion. He said that's in the movies. You see a mob guy coming to a guy business and talk and say, oh, I want 15% of your business every week, or you're gonna be sleeping with the fishes. He said it's nothing like that. He said they come as a gentleman. They come and they dialogue, get to talking. He said it could be 2 weeks. They get to talking, and they also offer something to the business guy, like protection, and it's extortion. Don't get it twisted. In reality, they extorting them, but it's not like how you see with a bunch of threats in the beginning like that. He said it's normally not like that. And then, you know, it's like a friendly extortion. He said that's how it is, not like in the movies. And he said they also offer things like where they get partnership with the guy. Like saying some smart guys got deep pockets, a rich guy with deep pockets. What they do, get into them the business they want to get into, and most guys that's rich and smart, what they want to do, they're about money. They want to have more business. So now it's like become a favor where the mob invite them, like saying, like say if the mob have a big space, because they own like the unions and things like that, construction and all this stuff there. And now the guy got deep pockets of money. He could, now the guy come in and they open up a space. Now they partners. He said most of the time it's always beneficial on both ends when they extort somebody. It's just not no rough around the edge extortion. He said that's bullshit. He says a lot of misperceptions on that. And he gave me insight also on, like I said, I talked to a lot of mob guys. I was with a lot of guys. I was with guys, Joe Watts. He was supposed to have been part of the Paul Castellano hit. I seen Sammy the Bull in there. Sammy the Bull was in a hole. He was in a hole. This is when Sammy the Bull came back when he caught the ecstasy case. Not the first case I was with him, with the John Gotti when he confessed to 19 murders. I was with Sammy on the second case. He was in a hole in MCC. And it's funny because people all on the deck, like on the hole, you got a bunch of guys like this. Now I used to cut hair. So I go up to the hole and cut the guy's hair that's in the hole. So people's like, Sammy, you fucking rat. Like they all day you hear them fucking with Sammy. Call him a rat, right? So one time a cop got Sammy pissed off. I don't know what happened. And Sammy was talking crazy. Like, cause he was like calm, like he real little. He's real short. And I used to see him, I used to come through the thing, but I ain't say nothing to him. But I used to have to go past his cell, and a lot of times he'd be standing by the cell, and so like I said, I cut the guy's head. It's like an MCC. So Sammy start going crazy, talking like that real mob stuff to the police. I don't know what the police did, pissed them off, but that was crazy. And also, like in the hole, I'm gonna give y'all another little quick story. In the hole, like when a woman come by, like a woman CO come by, y'all know that like the racing when they say and they're off. You know how that, I'm probably butchering it, but it goes and they're off, and then the horses race, a horse racing. Y'all know that. So guys inside, what they do in the hole, like you see a guy coming, like saying the first cell when the CO, the woman CO about to do a count, when she about to do the count, and the guy, whoever the first cell, he'd do that, and they're off. Guys will pull out their thing and jerk off while the CO doing the count. Every cell she going to, everybody, when they hear that, and they're off. Like for the horses, they get up and jerk off. That shit be funny. Yeah, they do that. But back to the mob, I learned a lot from them guys, and I want you guys to know, like me, I like to share some experience with you guys, because I've been around a lot, I've seen a lot, I've been through a lot. That's why I'm so thankful to be alive and be here talking to you guys. But when a couple weeks ago, the guy John was like, yo, I'm gonna unfollow you because I said I wish when Tom showed his face, when Tom and Eric showed their face, and there was a lot of jokes about Chinese people and stuff like that, and I said I was hoping that they clap back and say some jokes back. And he basically saying like I'm a sellout. And see, this is the thing, what's wrong with black people and people period. You have to listen, because you'll learn something. If you're going to dish it out, take it. One thing about me, I live by some rules. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And basically, while a lot of the mob guys gravitate towards me, the way I carry myself, even though I was young, I'm in my 20s, but I carried myself. They knew I was not no punk. They know that I handled my business. But the thing was, I was cool. I was not high-headed. And I was with just having a good time and things like that. You know what I mean? So they schooled me on a lot of things. Like, you know, they talked to me, yo, this, that, you know, everything with the mob is business. Nothing personal is business. And also, like I said, they survive by their rules. And they explained to me about the John Gotti thing. Like, the thing what got the mob most mad about the Gotti and the Paul Castellano hit, it was the way it was done. And they always say it's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And that's the truth. What the main thing what pissed the Mafia off about the John Gotti hit was the way it was done. Paul Castellano and Thomas Bilotti got gunned down in front of thousands of people who Christmas shopping downtown in front of everybody. That's what got them mad, because they don't like bodies, killings all in the streets. They killings is different from the minorities. The minorities is people run up on you and they gonna shoot you down in the streets. Kids, elderly people, no matter who they're, it's gonna happen like that. Most mob hits happen, a guy in a warehouse, he's talking, a guy come from behind, shoot him, they wrap his body up, may throw it in a river somewhere, or a guy may be in his car, they may kill him. They don't really like bodies in the streets. It brings a lot of heat to them. They said that is like, they despise that mob guys getting killed in the streets. It brings a lot of heat. And that Paul Castellano brought a lot of heat to them, because them guys was on trial in a commission case with all the bosses from all 5 families. And Gotti and them was trying to basically say that Paul Castellano was going to snitch. But the thing would really irritate them, why other families tried to get at them, kill Gotti, it was because the way it was done, he didn't get permission. He broke the rules. There's no permission. But then it was supposed to be said that maybe 2 families okayed it, and I heard it was like the Colombo family, I think the Bonanno family, that okayed it, but the Genovese and Lucchese family didn't sanction the Gambino family hit. So that was the thing there, and that's why, you know, it was what it was. But yeah, I was like I said, I was with a lot of mob guys. I remember when the guy Jerry Langella, his son Jerry Lang, he was the underboss of the Colombo family. He was the underboss from Carmine Persico. His son was in there, and this black guy was going crazy. He's like, yo, I don't care. I extort some of these guys. He wasn't talking about a black guy. He talking about, it was like a Jewish guy that had some money, and his son was there, fat. His son's real fat, and he said, I'm ready to extort. And he's like, ain't nobody in this building can extort me. Yeah, that thing was just funny the way he said it. And he looked at him because he big, and he said, yo, ain't nobody in this building can extort me. So it was funny and stuff, you know, but it's like water under the bridge what happened after that. But it was crazy because, let me tell you about the government real quick. The government is a piece of shit. I don't like, one thing, my biggest pet peeve is, don't lie on me. Do not lie on me. That's when you can see a whole nother side of me lying on me. If I did it or whatever it is, that's what it is. But what I didn't like what the government did, and Carmine Persico, he's been a long time boss since like the 70s, I believe, maybe the 60s, of the Colombo family. That's, like I said, that's Andrew Russo, cousin. They came out a report, Daily News came out a report like last month trying to say that Carmine Persico is a rat. Now, Carmine Persico died a couple years ago, and he had a 139 years sentence. I wasn't with Carmine, but I knew a lot of guys that was with him, black guys, Italian guys. Everybody speak highly, like he's major. Everybody speak highly of him. Now, mind you, he been in and out of jail his whole life. And the government gonna come and try to taint his name, his legacy, and say he's a rat, and say he was working for the feds. But how can he possibly work? Like I said, he had 139 years. He went to jail in 85. He died 2 years ago, and he been in and out of jail his whole life. Y'all can go check his story out. But I heard nothing but, yo, like I said, he's a legend inside the federal prison. Been in population every time he's in jail. So something like that would have got out years ago. These guys got money. These mob guys got millions, billions of dollars. If a big guy like that would have been a rat, they'd have said it. And the reason why I said that, these guys, I'm not on the level of the mob guys. But I'm going to share a story about myself real quick before I end this, right? This is why I don't like, and this is why, the streets and everything is dangerous. Back in 2011, now I was already home for a few years. Back in 2011, it's coming up on 10 years. It was Columbus Day weekend back in 2011. It'd be 10 years. In a couple weeks, it'd be 10 years. This happened. The police ran down on me, locked me up. I didn't know what the hell I was getting locked up for. And they ransacked my car, took my car, and it took my car, so I gets locked up. And now I'm in the Tombs. Now the Tombs is where you go see the court. Now I don't know what I'm getting locked up for. They ain't say nothing. All the cop said was, he said that you had a lot of money in your glove department, and then he said I smell good because I had cologne, and he, but I didn't know I was getting locked up for. Now I'm like, damn. So I'm thinking like, damn, if I'm catching another Fed case, because now mind you, I did Fed time, and it was 10 of us on the case, and nobody told, so we was like major inside the prisons where everybody's like, yo, everybody in my case stood tall, nobody told. So I don't know what the hell going on. I'm nervous. That's the first thing I'm thinking about, some Fed shit, but I'm like, I've only been home a few years. But I'm like, I ain't been doing anything, but I'm like, I don't know what's going on. With them people, you just never know. So what happened, I go see my lawyer. My lawyer come down, and he told me what happened. Said, you're being charged for drugs. They said they found a whole bunch of drugs in your car. They completely said it. He said that a customer came to me, and I gave the customer something. I shook the customer's hand. The customer left, and that's why they ran down on the car. They completely lied about everything. For one, I don't do no hand-to-hand. I haven't even done that when I was young in my 20s. That's not my thing. I don't do the hand-to-hand. But anyway, they said this happened to me. So now, mind you, I'm stuck in jail. For one, they gave me a bail, but it's Columbus Day weekend. I was in jail for a week. It's Columbus Day weekend, couldn't get out, and it was a surety bail where you had to wait and prove where the money come from your bail. So I gets out, I pay a private investigator, and I get the tape from a building where my car was at. Because they said my car was somewhere where my car wasn't. They completely lied about everything. And the tape showed clearly my car been parked for 3 hours. And they literally said, somebody ran up to me. I said, what's up to them? Shook their hand. I gave them some drugs. Got back in the car. And they came down and arrested me. So they said all that. So within a 5-minute span, I did all that in a 5-minute span. But the tape showed that I ain't been in my car in 3 hours. So it was a lie. So the officer was I think a 14 or 17-year veteran. He wasn't even in a force when he wasn't working in that district when I was in the streets. But they suspended him, and Internal Affairs was on his ass. They was on his ass because he clearly lied about everything. So and the guy I think he was going to try to kill me, because afterwards, like, I got locked up October, I want to say around like December, I caught him following me. He's by himself, and he was in the car. I believe I'm watching him. Now, guys on the live was like, yo, why you be looking paranoid when you be doing your videos? They always say I'm looking around, but I'm always looking around. So I caught him following me. I ditched him, got away from him. But I believe he's going to try to walk up on me and probably try to kill me. That's what I believe. But how that works is, and the reason why Internal Affairs is on his ass like that, because it was clear. I beat the case was like over the minute. The private investigator got the tape from the building, and my car was right there and had the time and everything on there. The case was over. The case was literally over in October. I came home like end of October, around Halloween, maybe early November. Once that came about, the case over. It's over, and he was under investigation. Now, mind you, it opened a can of worms from a lot of other cases, because now they got to see if this guy doing this to other people. So now it can cause major lawsuits. But yeah, that's like a quick story. Well, it ain't quick, it's over 20 minutes. But if y'all guys interested, y'all could go check out, look up Andrew Russo, the boss of Colombo family. Got locked up the other day. Good dude. I hope he get around it, but bad part, 87 years old. And them charges, I think they at least 5 years. Hold at least 5 years, maybe more than that. But I would say good luck to him and all the guys there. But I'll come back in another video, talk more about. It's a lot of stuff I could get into, but it'll be another time for that. I want you guys to like, subscribe. I know you guys love the Laker talk, the basketball talk, but I just want to share that because I was with this guy in jail, and it just was a little interesting. Like, subscribe, peace.